Today, let's take a look at the new Daytona from ZF Factory. We'll do a side-by-side comparison with the full 130 from Z Factory. The biggest difference between the new and old models is the movement. The new model uses the 4131 movement, while the old one uses the 4130. In terms of model numbers, the new one is 126,500, and the old one is 116,500. We'll use the Panda dial for our comparison. The black ceramic can be covered in a few words later. Let's first compare the ZF Factory Panda with the Z Factory Panda, a new versus old model Showdown. Visually, the color scheme hasn't changed at all. It's still black and white with 3 black subdials, hence the Panda nickname. For us Chinese, the Panda is a national treasure, so there's an emotional connection, which makes it aesthetically pleasing, along with its great color combination. The biggest difference in the new model is the addition of a metal edge on the outer bezel, a metal ring framing the ceramic insert. From my perspective, I believe the original design intent for this metal edge was likely to prevent the ceramic bezel from chipping or shattering upon impact. The metal might offer better protection. However, I feel it's a bit of a contradiction. If you're already using a ceramic bezel, why worry about damage? You might as well use a full metal bezel, right? It just feels a bit odd, at least from my point of view. There's also a change on the dial. Let's start with the R markers. They've changed from the previous chubby, rounded style to a much more slender and elongated shape. This aligns with the current overall design trend, which leans towards slimmer and more delicate aesthetics. Think about new energy vehicles, or the new E-Class and 5 Series. Their headlights are getting smaller and slimmer. Perhaps it's the current international trend, or the influence of younger designers, leaning towards this style. Personally, maybe because I'm so used to the old one, I find it hard to accept right away. The new Slender markers feel a bit strange to me. But I suppose one gets used to it, it's just a little odd. Another point is that the subdial rings on the new Panda are much thinner. However, ZF Factory has failed to replicate this. The rings are not thin enough. Comparing the two, I don't see the super slim rings characteristic of the new model. They should be at least a third thinner to be correct. This is an area where ZF Factory will likely need to make an update. I feel this detail has not been executed properly. That's my personal take, because compared to the old model, there's not much difference. But on the new genuine version, based on official images and photos, the rings are very slim. The case has also undergone a change. These are the crown guards. On the old model, they are a bit thinner. On the new model, they are slightly thicker. Based on this physical comparison, I can feel a slight difference, but it's not very pronounced. My calipers are broken. They're really broken. Look, they're broken. Normally, the thickness should be 12.3 or 12.4 millimeters. I'm getting just over 10 millimeters. I don't know if it's off by a millimeter per measurement or a total of 2 millimeters. I just don't know. So I can't measure it, but I can feel that there seems to be a slight difference, but maybe not. Normally, the new genuine model is slightly thicker in this area. And then there's the overall thickness. The genuine is 11.9 millimeters, while the old model is 12.3 millimeters. The 0.4 millimeters difference is basically negligible, so it doesn't matter. The new Panda Daytona also has a solid case back. The display case back is reserved for special editions like the Platinum Ice Blue model. Most are solid case backs, even for the anniversary editions. A key difference with the display case back is that its rotor is gold-toned, not white metal. For solid case back models, the rotor inside is still white metal. The genuine is also white metal. This is a point one have confirmed and consulted on. So, regarding the new Daytona side-by-side, this is the current situation. For the ZF Factory version, the biggest change they missed is that the subdial rings are not thin enough. This is a very important detail. The R markers and bezel have been updated correctly, which is okay. But this dial will probably need another revision. I suspect the factory will upgrade it later. As for the movement, it's still using the full 130. They haven't changed the structure to a 4131. I doubt they will change it in the short term, because it's all the same, it's identical. There's no significant change. The difference between the genuine 4130 and 4131 is the addition of the Chronograph escapement system. But I heard the 4130 already had it. They just emphasized it now and added an engraving. That's the gist of it. Anyway, with a solid case back, you can see the movement, so it's the same. As for the case and bracelet, I don't feel any major differences. They're using the same template. Think about it. ZF released this so quickly. They just changed the bezel and dial, nothing else was altered. So that's the difference between the new and old models. As for which one looks better, it's entirely up to personal preference. When the new model came out, it was definitely a bit hard to accept. But after a while, you might find yourself loving it. The biggest change in the new model, the R markers and bezel, are secondary is the subdials. They are much thinner than before, almost half as thin. So it just depends on whether you can accept that. Regarding this CF factory version, it's a matter of opinion. I think you might need to wait for a revision on the subdials. Other than that, there are no major issues. It's perfectly wearable, or it could be a top seller. Because the Shanghai 4130 and Dandong 4130 movements are not that different, and they have the old Panda. This is the old model, 116,500. The new model is 126,500. Honestly, the differences between the new and old models are not huge. It's mainly the bezel and the subdials. Okay, this review was just a side-by-side comparison. There isn't much more to say. And this is the black ceramic dial, it's fine too. The biggest change is the metal ring on the bezel. CF factory was very quick. I guess they started prototyping as soon as the new model was announced. They work fast. If you can't accept this version, you can wait. CF factory is also working on theirs. We saw their teaser photos a few days ago. They also bought a genuine piece to replicate, so let's see how they perform. As for CF, I've reviewed their old model before, and it was okay. I guess it's the same dial. Yes, it's the same. Their old model is better value for money. The black ceramic dial, like CF factories, is one of the only two factories that can achieve that matte black finish on the subdials. Both factories do it well. Okay, that's it for this review.